Let's get into our conference championship picks here, predicting who is going to make it to the Super Bowl from the NFC and the AFC. Both games are on Sunday. First one being Kansas City at Baltimore. I really thought they would make this the night game, but lo and behold, not. I'm going to take Baltimore here, although I do like Kansas City plus 3.5. The line kind of moved around a little bit. I kind of almost like Baltimore minus 2.5, but Kansas City plus 3.5. Like I could see it being like a 27-24 type of game. But who knows with these playoffs? I mean, we have not seen these teams play this season. And I remember, I think last time they played, Baltimore did win.
It was 36-35 in 2019, I think. Is that what you're thinking of? Like in the playoffs?
They definitely played sooner than that.
Oh, I was thinking
City
just like the
never
playoffs.
played Baltimore in the playoffs.
Really?
No. Not in like this era.
Maybe it was in the playoffs.
There was a time in the last like 2-3 years where Baltimore blew out the Chiefs like 30-20 or something like that.
Okay, this is not the game I was thinking of.
But yeah, anyways, man, this is a tough game to pick. Like I said, I truly believe there's some wizardry going on with Taylor Swift, and the best reason for the Chiefs to win this game is Taylor Swift. The NFL wants her to be at the Super Bowl in Vegas. I mean, what's better than that? We also know who's playing at the Super Bowl halftime show next year. It's going to be Taylor Swift. I mean, it's all coming together for them. And it's hard for me not to take Kansas City here with the storyline with Kelsey and all that. But I'm going to stick with my football intuition and go with the better team, which is definitely Baltimore. Just in all three phases of the game, Baltimore is better here. I think Lamar has been playing very well, very clean football. I think he will continue to do so, especially at home here. And yeah, I mean, I think Kansas City's offense is bound to come down to the median, like regress back down to the average after a couple of decent, good performances. And yeah, I think Kyle Hamilton and the rest of the Baltimore defenders shut down Kelsey, and their other receivers probably also come back down to the median. Like I don't see MVS having another good game like he did have. And of course, behind Rashee Rice, all you have is Sky Moore and McCole Hardman.
Right.
Who McCole Hardman tried to give the game away against the Bills, fumbling it.
By the end zone, yeah.
Yeah, the Bills really got honestly lucky with that
one.
Oh,
for sure, bro, yeah.
So yeah, Baltimore is my pick.
Good pick. Yeah, I like it. So by the way, that I don't know what I was thinking. It was in 2021, not 2019, and it was week 2 of Sunday Night Football. But the Ravens won 36-35. It was like a crazy game, though. I mean, there was just so much back and forth going on.
Way closer than I thought it was.
Yeah. So maybe that's the one you're thinking of. Maybe there was another time. I don't know. But yeah, this one was a wild one. But anyways, I really like the Baltimore pick, and I'm definitely taking them as well. It's not just because the Chiefs beat the Bills last week, but I really do feel that Baltimore has a better chance of winning this game here. I mean, their defense is remarkable. They were shutting down Houston last week, not allowing them to score a single offensive touchdown. And Houston came on as a super strong offense here in the end of season into the postseason. I mean, it's just really remarkable what their defense is capable of. And we've seen that Kansas City for most of the season, you know, their offense really didn't do a whole lot. And I know that they did, you know, the last 2 weeks here in the playoffs, but the rest of the season, it was not really all that great. So I like Baltimore's defense to keep them in check, and I think that Baltimore's offense will be able to tear up the Chiefs' defense here.
Yeah, so I mean, I think Kansas City lost a defender or two during the Bills game. Not sure about their status for this one. I think, who was it? Was it Mike Edwards? Something like that. Either way, yeah, I mean, it's tough, though, not to take Kansas City with all their playoff experience and the NFL probably wanting a nice little rematch between the Niners and the Chiefs from 2019, but we're going to roll with the Ravens. All right, later that night, you have Detroit at San Francisco. This is a big boy spread, 7-point spread.
That's
in
a
favor
shocking
of San
spread
Fran.
To me for the NFC Championship. I mean, I wonder how big these spreads have been historically. Like, what's the biggest one?
I'm trying to think last year. It definitely was not this big between the Eagles and the Niners.
No, absolutely not.
Definitely not that big between the Chiefs and the Bengals. Like, usually it's around like no more than 4 points for sure. Trying to think back a couple years. But, yeah, there is a chance, though, that San Fran blows them out and Detroit's run kind of comes to the end. We know that Detroit plays worse on the road. And while Jared Goff has a lot of experience playing the Niners, while his time on the Rams, he had always struggled against the Niners, and Kyle Shanahan kind of had his number, and they used to beat the Rams silly back in the day. So that what worries me a little bit if I'm a Lions fan here, just because historically Jared Goff has not been great against the Niners, but maybe they're turning a new leaf here and the magical run continues. I would love nothing more than that, but I just think after getting punched in the mouth against Green Bay, San Fran's going to come back and they're going to bun down the hatches. I mean, they literally should have lost that game. I think that they kind of are, counting their blessings and are not going to let that happen again here and come out and have a really good showing. I don't know if they win the Super Bowl, but I think they win this game. And trust me, though, I would love Detroit. I'd absolutely adore if Detroit won this game, but I just think their run kind of comes to an end here. Great season, though.
Yeah, I think that's a really good pick. Definitely the smart pick here. I am actually going to take Detroit, and this might just be a little bit more personal bias just because I want to see Detroit win it so badly.
Oh, me too. Who knows? Brock Purdy could have another bad game. Maybe Detroit actually catches some of his interceptions, and this could be a ball game. I'm not even sure, though, if I like Detroit to cover, but just with these playoffs, you never know. I mean, I felt confident that Houston could cover against Baltimore, and they didn't. So we'll see. It worries me with them on the road. Jared Goff against the Niners. He hasn't turned the ball over in a few weeks, and he's due for one. He's due for an interception here.
Oh, I mean, yeah, he definitely is. But either way, they still do have a really high-powered offense, and I certainly see this game, being pretty high scoring here. Even
you like the over 50?
I don't know about my over and under picks lately. They've been questionable, but I personally would say that I would think it would go over that, yeah.
Okay.
But who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I don't think it'll be rainy like it was last weekend in Santa Clara. So I think Brock Purdy will play a little bit better. And, I mean, Detroit's, honestly, their defense has been pretty poor the last couple of weeks. I mean, they gave up like a combined 700 yards of passing between Matt Stafford and Baker Mayfield. So wild, there is that.
I'm excited to see what kind of buffoonery Dan Campbell comes up with for facing San Fran, bro. He loves to come up with these sneaky little plays and just wild decisions.
As long as their linebackers check in if they need to catch the ball, or as long as they don't go for a fake punt like the Bills did and get bailed out by a fumble touchback, I think it'll be a fun game either way. I hope Detroit doesn't get blown out. Like, I hope this doesn't turn into like a Jared Goff 19 for 32, 147 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks type of game.